Hey y'all, I'm Abby. I'm the Abs with Adventure with Abs, and today I'm here to help you register for Run Disney Race. So if you watched my last video and you were thinking about registering for Run Disney, I'm assuming you're here because you've decided that you do in fact want to register, and I'm here to help you be successful for it. So registration can fill out really fast for these Run Disney races, and most of the people who miss out on it, it's because they don't have all their information ready, they don't know the process, and they waste valuable time whenever this is like a quick kind of thing to get through. I've successfully registered for over 100 Run Disney races at this point, and so I want to be able to help you successfully register too. So step one is going to be easier than you're expecting. It's create a Disney account if you don't already have one. So this can be your My Disney Experience account. Log in if you already have that. That's exactly what we're looking for. If you have a Disney Plus or Hulu account, those email addresses and those accounts work as well, but make sure that you do go into My Disney Experience and finish setting those accounts up with the My Disney Experience before registration day so that everything is already in and ready to go. If you already have an account, make sure you know your login because that might trip you up too. So just have everything account ready. That way it's good to go on registration day. So when it comes to filling out your registration form, each form is for one person and one race entry. Now, if it's a challenge, that counts as one race entry together, but it's one person to one race entry. There is an option that you will be able to add if you want to register yourself for other races during this registration time, or if you're wanting to add friends as registrations as well. There's an option to do that within this, and we'll talk about that later, but just remember, each form is for one person and one race entry as you're filling it out. So right now, we're going to talk through all the info that you need to have ready on registration day to fill out the form. And I have it set up so that it is literally how you are going to go through the form from top to bottom, all the information that you're going to need in the order that you're going to need it. So make sure you have all of this ready. So the first thing you need to know is the race and or races, depending on how many we're planning to do, that you and anyone else that you plan to register want to register for. So already know what you're registering for, and I also recommend having a backup race plan so that if the first one that you're wanting does sell out, then you know which one you're going for next if it's still available. Right below the box that you will select what race distance you're registering for is another box that's a little drop-down box that says, who am I registering for? So if you're registering for yourself, you'll select myself. If you're registering a friend, your spouse, a parent, anyone like that, you just select whatever in that box meets the relationship that that person is to you. Now, when registering myself, if you have a My Disney Experience account, you're logged in, some of this will actually autofill, but it will not always do that, so be ready to start typing. And also, if you're registering someone that's not yourself, this is why you need to have this information. So the information that we need outside of that, we need a full name. So make sure this matches your ID that you're planning to use to pick up your bib at the expo. We need your gender, your shirt size, and this year it's very different because Brooks has started making the race shirts, and the women's fit are no longer V-neck, so if you really liked that, sorry, that's actually not a thing anymore, sadly. I really like the V-necks. But a very important thing that I've struggled with is actually the arms of the women's fit shirts are a lot tighter than they have been in the past, so if they're already a little bit of a snug fit in the arm area for you, you may want to consider sizing up in the women's fit specifically. The men's shirt seems to still run true to size that they have in the past, but just keep that in mind when selecting your shirt size. The next information that you need is your date of birth, and this includes the year, so month, date, and year. The next step is email address, and this should be the one that is associated with your Disney account. So whether it's the My Disney Experience, Disney Plus, whatever account email you are using for registering with like a Disney account, you need to make sure that's the email that you put in. We need your full address, like your home address, mailing address, your phone number, and then an emergency contact and their full name and number. If you're registering other people and you want to just put yourself in to make life easier on you, that's always a really quick way to get through it as well. So this is all the basic, just personal information that is needed for this form. Below this section is a series of questions that comes next, which will kind of guide your corral placement, the divisions that you race in, that type of thing. But it is a series of questions that you will just click yes or no or fill out a drop-down box for. So the first one is that you will click a box acknowledging that you are registering for an in-person race, so this is not virtual, but you will be running this race in person. From there, it asks if you'll be in the military division, an athlete with disability, what your anticipated finish time or pace time is depending on the race distance that you're registering for. So if you are one of those really fast people who thinks that they could be in Corral A, Corral B, you have a proof of time to submit, forget about it during registration. That is one of those time wasters that we were talking about. Click a time that does not require a proof of time submission, and then after you've secured your registration, come back in, change to what your time really reflects, and submit your proof of time then. But don't waste time trying to submit that now, because that could be the reason that you miss out on registration altogether. The next questions that follow in the series of questions are, have you participated in Run Disney before? Are you a Disney Pass member? Are you a DVC member? Are you a Magic Key holder? Or are you an annual pass holder? So all of these are individual yes or no questions. Just basically mark yes to all the ones that apply and no to the ones that don't. That is your registration form. So these are all of the questions that you need to know the answer for yourself and for anyone else that you plan to register each time that you fill out this form. So those are the important things to note. The other absolutely number one most important thing that you can have ready is your credit card. And make sure that it has the large purchase amount approved on it, because Run Disney can be a little pricey. So make sure that your credit card having a limit isn't going to be what holds you back from your race registration. Now that we've talked through all the information that you need, and I recommend having all of this ready days in advance. So have your account set up and ready well before the day of registration. Make sure that you know this information about yourself and about anyone that you're registering with. That way you just have all of this set up, ready to go, and you have no stress the morning of race registration. There's still going to be a little stress, but that way your stress isn't from a lack of preparedness, that you already have all of this information ready. So now let's talk about what happens race registration morning. Run Disney registration typically opens at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So I live on Central Time, 9 a.m. for us, y'all. So just make sure that you are aware of what time zone you're in, what time zone we're registering for. So 10 a.m. Eastern, that is what time registration typically opens. Check the Run Disney website or their Instagram account so that you can see the specific registration opening date for the race weekend that you're planning to register for. So for Wine and Dine, that is typically February. Marathon Weekend is typically in March. Princess Weekend is typically in June. And then Springtime is typically in July. Those are the months that registration typically happens in, which is several months in advance of the race weekend itself. So be prepared to sign up early. Like I said, registration typically opens at 10 a.m., but double check the Run Disney website and their Instagram to make sure that you know the specific times. And also be aware that they will have a Club Run Disney registration date posted and a general public registration date. Everything we're talking about is for the general public registration date. So make sure that you make note of which date that is. So new this year, everything has been going the same information, the same registration time, same general window of dates opening. But we do have a new queue system for the 2026-2027 season. So historically, whenever you would go to the Run Disney website on race registration day, you would see where all of the races are listed individually on their event page. And at different times throughout the morning, it would pop up and say register now for different ones. Well, now you open up the Run Disney website and your only option is to join the queue. The rest of the website is basically closed during registration time. It will open up and just have a page that says what the race weekend is that is open for registration that day, and there will be a button at the bottom that says enter the virtual queue or enter waiting room. So that will be your new home page on the Run Disney website on registration day. As soon as you see that, go ahead and click it. That is what is going to actually put you in the queue for race registration. This pops up typically about 30 minutes prior. So I've gotten in anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes before the race registration officially opens. I've joined that queue. So be ready. Don't be hopping on right at 10 a.m. Eastern. Be ready, I'd say about 30 minutes before, to be entering that queue. All right, so you've clicked the button, you've entered the queue, and now you're just waiting on registration to officially open. Once it does, your screen will change to a countdown of until it's your turn, is the way that it will be worded. Don't be surprised if it says more than an hour. As soon as it swaps over and officially opens, most everyone's screen will say more than an hour. From there, it's a very odd countdown rate. Sometimes you will jump from an hour to 26 minutes in about 5 minutes. Sometimes your clock will go up, sometimes it will go down. It really, I don't know what the minutes actually mean because they don't really ever track with the actual minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and give you a heads up about that. But if you see more than an hour, don't be discouraged because there's a good chance that it's not actually more than an hour. All right, so you'll see your screen go from more than an hour, start counting down. It'll eventually get down to less than 1 minute, and then it will finally say, it's almost your turn, thanks for waiting, and then say, it is your turn. So once you see that it's your turn to enter the website, it will take you directly to the form that I mentioned with all the information that I told you about earlier. So this is where you're going to be selecting the race registration, typing in all that information that you already gathered beforehand so you are prepared. So now you just have to fill that form out as quickly as you possibly can. So be quick about it. Fill this form out. You'll get to the bottom of the page and you'll see two options. One says next step and one says I want to add another registration. If you are signing yourself up for one race, whether it's one challenge, one individual race, and that is all you have planned to sign up for today, simply click next step. If you're wanting to sign yourself up for another race, whether it's another race distance, say you want to do the challenge in the 5K and those are not together, then you click, I want to add another registration, register yourself for that other race distance, and fill the form out again for yourself. Same information, same form, it's just completely doing it again for this new one. Same thing if you're wanting to register a friend for anything, click, I want to add another registration, fill the form out with all of their information. Once you have added all of the races that you plan to register for yourself and or any of your friends, that is when you'll click next step instead of keeping on clicking, I want to add another registration. That will then take you to the merch section and the checkout. Skip the merch. You can always come back and shop for that later within your runDisney account, and that's just going to be one of those other time wasters that we just talked about. So skip the merch section, just scroll down to the bottom, click checkout, and you will check out for all of these registrations at one time. So it will be one card together, one payment together. That's why we want to make sure that our credit card can handle a larger amount at one time. So check out as fast as you can after all of this process. And one thing to note, you are not guaranteed any of these race registrations that are in your cart until you have checked out, paid, and received your thank you for registering confirmation. So the more registrations that you are trying to add at one time, the more of a chance that these are going to sell out before you officially check out. So just because you type in all of your information on that form, click I want to add another registrant, and you're going through the form again, it does not mean that that first one is safe. So anyone who's trying to register multiple people, that is really hard to do alone because the more that you're adding, the more you are risking these selling out before you have a chance. So go through as fast as you can, check out as fast as you can, because checkout, pay, thank you for registering confirmation is the only way that you are guaranteed your spot in this runDisney race. Alright, so you did it. You've got your thank you for registering confirmation. You're officially signed up for a runDisney weekend. And now all of the excitement is truly setting in, but so is a little bit of the stress of planning your perfect runDisney weekend. From picking a hotel to transportation to your park plans, it's a lot going on when you should really just be caught up in the excitement of a runDisney weekend. So I'm here to help take that stress off. My next video is going to be all about navigating these things, but if you want some one-on-one direct help planning your runDisney vacation, I'm also a Main Street and More travel agent, and I would love to help you plan it. Fill out my free quote form below, and I would love to help make this weekend as magical as we possibly can. Good luck with registration.